RPG for You and Me presents a special Patreon miniseries. Welcome to Silica Valley.
So, Set, how are you going to approach the encampment?
I'm going to have all my lights off, start up my static sense to drive through the night in complete darkness.
Okay, definitely. Go ahead and roll for your static sense. I think that lasts for an hour, right?
Yeah, it's an hour.
Nice.
Are you also using it on Sia?
She got night vision.
You have infravision, which is different.
But it's still very cool.
Oh,
especially if the rain's cold.
Yeah, and she's going into the area where there's a lit fire, so
you'll definitely be better off.
Yes.
Okay, dark sight essence. The 8 blows up. Plus 5. It's 13.
Yeah, success with a raise, which I think means you just ignore all illumination penalties, right?
Nice.
Yep. As the thunder and lightning start rolling in, I'm gonna drive the truck slowly towards the camp. Relatively slowly, not like revving the engine super loud or gunning it or racing around, sending any dust clouds. We're just going to start approaching until I'm some yards away, 200 yards. Let's call it 200 yards. That'd be out of the range of most gunfire, I think. Most.
That sounds likely.
And then I would like to cast darkness, sand cloud, onto my spear. So it's centered on the spear itself specifically.
And it follows the spear, so as long as you're carrying it, it'll stay around.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's very cool. Yeah, definitely go ahead and roll for that.
So I rolled a 4, so that puts illumination penalties of 4.
Okay. Is that a medium burst template on you?
Large burst template.
Okay. So that would affect anybody who goes and tries to initiate melee combat, and then anybody who's shooting at you.
Yeah, and then once basically the dust cloud storms up, I'm going to continue forward in the car more, and then I'm going to turn on all the lights on my light beam, and I get up to the edge of the camp and I just turn on these lights, and it's just shining out at the encampment where these people are.
So your plan is to drive right up to the edge, shrouded by your sandstorm, to then turn on all of your lights to surprise them.
Yeah.
We get a couple of shots of Set slowly winding his way through the ghost town with these overrun buildings, just broken down, debris cluttering the street, the husks of vehicles overturned here and there, greenery sprouting up from the concrete and pavement. And on the horizon, we can see this dull glow breaking against the dark sky and the dark clouds rolling in on the horizon, getting ready to clash. Set, as you are driving towards the bandit camp itself, can you please make me a notice roll at no penalties, because you have your dark vision?
Yeah.
I don't think that's anything to worry about.
Yeah, probably not. I got a 4.
So, because you're going so slowly and you have your dark vision, as you get maybe within 50 yards of the camp, you can see that scattered around the perimeter, there are these small black boxes, electronic boxes with infrared sensors, sort of cutting a swath around the perimeter. So before I spring, you driving up and turning on all the lights, you do see that this is around the camp.
Okay. Could I use my sand shaping to bury them? Yeah. So I wanted to try and bury the boxes.
Yes. Okay. Make me either a... how familiar would Set be with this type of technology, maybe? Do you think that would be represented by, science, or maybe a repair, or a smarts at a penalty?
I guess it would be a common knowledge, would be my best, the only skill I think that really applies to it.
Okay, then go ahead and make a common knowledge at -2.
So this is at a D4 -2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't give him a lot of common knowledge. I was like, the survival stuff is kind of like what he knows, so.
I think that makes sense, too. If this is slightly more advanced technology, it might be something he's never seen directly.
He's like, oh.
Yeah, so I got a 3, but I'm going to spend that 1 Benny you gave me at the start of this session to maybe see if I understand what's going on here.
Nice.
And then my dice get stuck, and I rolled 2 2s, so I do not understand.
Okay. Yep, then go ahead and roll your shape material.
Okay.
To activate.
6 blows up to a 9 total. So this is a success with a raise, so I can move a D8 in strength worth of sand. And basically, yeah, I'm just going to start like moving the sand over these boxes to bury them. So hopefully it would obscure its ability to sense heat through sand piled on top of it. And that lasts for 5 rounds, and it has a range of 2 smarts, which is 16 for me.
Okay, then yep, you can go ahead and bury those black boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So, based on how infrabeams work, this is going to be one of those science things where you can probably help me out a little bit. I went into this thinking it would be a matter of the beam being broken, through motion or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like this would trigger that, or based on how you just
definitely. I think my character thought that they were like observational devices. So
okay,
Set was like, oh, these are like, those might be cameras, and so I covered them.
Gotcha.
And then that would definitely trigger this, whatever is going to happen.
Right. Okay, that's where I was too. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't misunderstanding something that you had better working knowledge of. So cool. Okay, so as soon as you break the first beam, there are actually floodlights that flick on facing outwards from the camp, bathing sort of a cone in your direction. Whatever quadrant you've just broken, there is now a very bright light shining in your direction, followed shortly by alarm cries coming from the bandit encampment itself.
Yeah.
You just hear a couple of shouts go up, motion movement. There aren't any gunshots or anything like that.
Okay.
What do you do?
Because I'm still covered in the shroud and alarm blast template of this light of the sandstorm around me, I would still gun it for that encampment as fast as I can. Basically, I'm not trying to be stealthy anymore because that's been given away, but I'm just gonna basically the same thing they saw earlier that was like rolling through town is now rolling into their like rushing up to their camp.
The tornado that knocked 2 people out with rocks.
It's rock!
Oh, it's the rock hurricane. Love it. Okay. So yeah, as soon as you gun it into the encampment, is your plan the same? You're gonna come to a stop and flick on your floodlights?
If that would have any effect, what I want to try and do is obscure direct. Basically, it would make it so either they're shrouded or they're like blinded, basically. It's like this mix-up of light, and then I would be acting in that confusing, overlapping light phenomenon.
Gotcha. Okay. So I think mechanically the way that the illumination penalties work is you just take the greatest penalty. So if they were, blinded by floodlights, they might be at a -2 or a -4, but if you're also covered in what is effectively pitch dark, yeah, you got a success, which makes it a -4 penalty to hit you, so it would probably be about the same, but it would be coming from 2 different effects, so if one of them got shut down, you would still have the other
So
active.
the light and darkness does say that if light and darkness overlap, it creates a patch of dim light, which is only a -2. So
okay,
the idea is like the sandstorm's going around, there's lights up, and then if I get forward to a point I want to get out, basically use my radio through the car speaker. I'm just going to assume I have a megaphone or an announcement system, like the cops have on their cars.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Call them out, basically.
Sure.
But also I want to stand straight up, out the top of the Jeep, and then I have this big black cloak over me with all the light and that, and just start trying to say something. So I'll find those words in the moment, but that's my intent.
Sure, definitely. It only takes you a couple of seconds to gun it into the camp itself. You guys have definitely taken them by surprise because you tripped their sensors. You don't have the drop or anything like that, but their first turn is going to be them scrambling to get into better defensive positions. So as you barrel into the camp and, skid to a stop there is no oncoming gunfire or anything like that. You do hear more shouts, probably one person who says, "Oh, it's one of those tornadoes!" But then I will say you have the chance to do one more thing before combat may erupt here, given your entrance.
Okay.
Yeah, Sia is on the side of the cliff, and I'll do a better description in a minute. But she's like, "Is that the signal?"
I'd like to stand up, grab my spear, grab the radio, and stand straight up on top of the roll cage. Basically climb up through the top, stand on top of the roll cage of the Jeep with the mic in hand, and then I just pull the radio up and I would say, "I'm only going to ask this once. Leave here and never come back." Booming over the loudspeaker as this tornado's there, these lights shine on from the truck.
That sounds like an intimidate to me. So I am going to say, make me an intimidate and take a +2 to the roll, given your dynamic, dramatic entrance, and the fact that this tornado just took out 2 people earlier that same day.
Yeah, okay. So that's a D4 and a D6. I rolled a 3. I'm going to spend 1 Benny.
Alrighty.
I got a 5 plus 2, you said? Oh, wait. Yeah, that's a 5.
+2. Okay. So 7 overall. Okay, let's roll for these guys. That's a fail. That is a fail. Flip a 6 and do a 2 and 8. That's a success. And that's a 10. So your voice booms out over the loudspeaker, and instead of echoing off of the things around you, it just heads out over the empty chasm that is the enormous canyon that stretches beyond the bandit camp here. From your perch, you can see that there are 4 forms still in motion. Most of them are hunkered down over something and aiming at you. One of them has perched up slightly higher on a little rocky hill almost. It's only like 10 feet up off of the ground, but they're leaning over a rock aiming a firearm at you. 2 of them are down on the ground, perched behind things around their campsite. There's a couple of crates here. I think they have at least 1 vehicle that's closer to the campfire itself. And then there is one very large hulking form that is ducked behind a 3rd crate, and you can see the pole of something they're holding sticking up, but they have their back against the crate. The 2 forms holding firearms that are not up on the hill exchange a glance with one another, and you hear one say, actually, roll me a notice to see if you can hear this.
Both of those dice blew up. So I'm going to roll a 10 total.
So you can see the 2 crouched down aiming at you, and one of them says in a hushed tone, "I don't want to get hit by a rock." The other one says, "I don't want to get hit by a rock either. Let's get out of here." And then they just stand up and bolt and run away.
Chumps!
A louder voice yells from atop the rock, "You idiots, get back here!" But of course they are in the wind. And I think that's going to be initiative.
Oh boy.
Woo! Here we go. That worked pretty well, especially given your earlier treatment.
So I feel like as Set was driving over, we get shots catching up now with Sia getting into position, jamming her extra legs into the cliffside as she stealthily gets over, her cape flapping in the breeze a little bit. And we just see like the barest hint of her blue eyes opening behind her cloak. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Her extra set just glowing just a little bit, trying to peer around. And then she sees 2 guys cheese it.
Nice.
Can she see them from the position by the cliff?
Yeah, so go ahead. You make me a notice as well. Your penalties, because they are near the fire and one of the floodlights has come on now, it would be at a -2, but given that you have infravision, that's halved to a -1.
Okay.
So infravision lets you have any darkness penalties.
4.
4, okay. So yeah, you see the two scrawnier goons scamper off into the night, probably heading north. I don't have a map of this, so my directions are probably meaningless, but they head to your right, Set's left, out of the campsite, probably running along the edge of the chasm leading down into the canyon.
Okay.
You can see the person perched up on the little hill with rocks, using them as shelter, although there isn't really as much cover from your angle.
Is that the bulky boy?
No, the bulky boy is on the ground closer to the campfire, but you can very clearly see him. They're larger than the average person, well over 6 feet, just huge, muscly, and you can see they have a large two-handed sledgehammer that has an enormous metal spike on the end of it.
What?
Yeah.
No.
But their attention is completely focused on Set right now. All right, so here we go. I'm going to draw for Set first. Set gets a Jack of Diamonds. Sia, King of Clubs. Person on the rock, 7 of Clubs. Person down below, 3 of Diamonds. Oh, I forgot to get 2. And 4 of Clubs. All right, so turn order is going to be Sia, Set, person on the rocks, and then big boy down by the campfire.
Okay, so there's no one else by the campfire right now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Is everybody cool with their cards, or did you want a Benny to redraw?
I'm cool.
Sia, you are first in the initiative order.
Okay, so there's nobody else by this fire.
There's the one
just the big guy.
Correct.
Okay. Seems smart just to throw this Molotov right at that guy.
It's up to you.
The flashbang Molotov?
Yep, seems smart. She's gonna throw her one flashbang Molotov.
Okay, sounds good. That is a throwing, or if you use your sling. It's probably too big for a sling if it's a stun grenade taped to a Molotov.
How big is a stun grenade?
Usually like that big. Cylindrical. It's bigger than a small rock.
Would it be athletics?
It would be athletics.
Okay.
So I think from where you are, it's probably... I'll say just an athletics. I won't put any kind of range here,
okay,
because you can climb up and over and throw it before you do anything. That's fine.
I think what she wants to do right now is still be on the lip of the canyon, so she can duck back down as soon as she throws it to see how the guy reacts, and then maybe engage on her next turn.
Okay, sure.
Engage.
So it says the range of a stun grenade is minimum 5, so it's actually longer than a normal throwing item for whatever that's worth. But yeah, you could do that with no range penalties.
Cool. Okay, D6 athletics. Here we go. I'm gonna Benny that. Oh no.
You don't say.
Yeah, I do say. Oof, woof. Okay. What if I Bennied it again?
Go for it. Basically, if you fail this roll, it just means that it goes in a slightly different direction, and we'll roll to see what direction it goes in.
I wanted to make direct contact. It's a 5, though.
Okay, so yeah, you can land that right on him. But it's a large burst template. Set is not going to be caught on this. You could throw it in such a way that you won't hit him with it. That's fine.
Yeah, we see. Like, I don't think it's started to rain yet, has it?
It can as soon as you guys think it's dramatically appropriate.
Because I was thinking if it has already started to rain, she's like under her cloak with the Molotov, and she rakes her like new claw gauntlets on the canyon wall to make sparks to light the cloth.
Damn, that's cool.
And we just see her peek back over and literally just, yeah.
All right, we'll take a Benny for using the claw gauntlet to make sparks, because we just talked about that, and that's cool. I feel like the start of the rain would have been right as Set makes his announcement to be like, get
that's
out.
That's very cool.
Followed by a peal of thunder, and then that's when the combat starts.
And you know I'm going to put that thunder in there, too.
Definitely.
Oh, I had something. Ah! Oh, but she's...
Cool
No. So she's doing it under her cloak where the fire-resistant Trailblazer feathers are. Just as a...
safety
so it's
precaution.
red inside.
Nice.
And she hucks it.
Okay, so we said that it was going to be treated as a minor explosive that deals 2d4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the effects of the stun grenade will also go off. So go ahead and roll me 2d4 damage.
Okay.
And because
That's 4.
that's okay. I think that will give him lingering damage for at least one turn, depending on what happens. So yeah, 4 unfortunately is not going to do anything.
How about that stun? No.
How about that stun? Let's see. He did not get a raise, so he just needs to make a vigor roll. And let's see if he makes it. He got a 5, so he does make his vigor roll. So you guys see, well, I guess at least Sia sees. Sia, you launch this grenade right next to his feet. It lands perfectly. The flames burst outwards over the dirt and sand, start to cover his feet and legs, and you see them start to lick up. The stun grenade goes off a moment later, and there's a small concussive burst and a flash of light, and you look up to see him with a hand over his eyes, and he makes just a "Ugh," but then removes his hand, and he starts to look around desperately to see where it came from.
Well, I hope you can't find it.
We'll see. Well, you said you went back
Yeah,
down, so...
as my movement.
You know what? You probably should have had...
The drop?
No, you wouldn't have had the drop, because that's if they're completely unaware, but he might have been vulnerable to that, but it wouldn't have made a difference in this case.
That's
so
okay.
It's okay. Okay, so that is C's turn. Set, you are up next.
So you said when I came out, the rain started falling.
Just a few drops at first, but it's starting to pick up now.
That would make this obscurement effect even more surreal. Normally, as the rain starts falling, it would wash the sand out of the air, like a dust cloud or a dust devil or something, whatever that was blowing. And then, I mean, it's up to you to say, does this start diminishing my power because these particulates are getting dampened and pushed to the ground, or does it happen in spite of that and creating a surreal situation for the people observing?
Yeah, it definitely makes the surreal situation because you are actively controlling the sand particulates. You are preventing them from being washed away by the raindrops. So, yes, for anyone onlooking who would have expected, a dust devil to be tamped away by the rain bearing down on it, it remains as strong as ever. But maybe we do see the particles begin to darken as well. So now it's just sort of this slinging cloud of damp sand.
It looks like Sia's engaging the guy with the hammer because they threw a bomb at him. Seth's going to assume that, and then he sees the other threat, which is the ranged threat. What is the distance from me to the ranged threat?
You could get there within the span of... I think it's probably the equivalent of 8 pace away from you, and it's up by 1, so maybe 9 total. So you could get there with a move. If you ran, you could get there if you rolled a 3 or higher.
Okay.
For melee specifically, or ranged, you could probably reach, but they have some cover from ducking behind the rocks.
Could I use my shape material to throw me that distance?
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, basically do that like the Iceman bridge, but with sand, like I did last time. But I would be
I think that's pretty
rolling
cool.
to activate my power to do it. Default is a D6 strength, 8 with a raise. Then the modifier for strong would be D10 with a raise, and then great strength would be the D10 with the D12.
And you still have it activated from before, right? From when you were rolling in after you buried everything?
5 rounds, and so that's before we went into combat. So however the time dilation happens, if it's been within less than a minute,
Yeah, I would think that,
that way.
It's still going, or if you wanted to pay a point to renew it or something like that, you can. Or if you were going to try to upcast it to make it stronger, you could recast it.
I mean, I'd be cool with just throwing myself up there without spending anything. That seems the most advantageous without having to roll or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's conceptually very
yeah.
neat.
So yeah,
So
then just like the plume of sand from the dust cloud just bellows out in the direction towards that guy. It's just like you have the spiraling center, almost an arm just reaches out that direction and just launches me towards him.
Awesome. So yeah, we as the audience can see Set within this whirling dervish of wet sand, brandishing his spear and leaping through the air, tossed by the column of sand thrust upward from the ground. But to the person ducked behind the rocks, they just see this catapulting whirlwind of death. But yeah, so are you trying to land right next to them?
Yeah, I'd like to land next to him.
Okay, yeah, so you land up on there. The ground around you, it's probably no more than 10 feet across, so it's enough for both of you to stand, but not much else.
Yeah.
As you leap through the air, they push away from the rock itself to take a fighting stance on the opposite side of this little raised platform. You can see that they are a Nakir with a taupe skin tone and wild orange eyes. The right half of their face appears to be burned and partially melted. The seam of their Nakir mouth fused together. Their lips part enough on the left side for them to be able to speak through their mouth, but their eyes narrow as you land. Could you make me a notice roll as you land?
I got a 5.
You watch their bright orange eyes dilate and contract quickly. You're reasonably certain that they are mechanical replacements.
Ooh.
They are also holding a large handgun in a ready stance as you land. What would you like to do?
Was that my action to launch myself up there with my power?
That would probably be one part of your action, but if you were intending on doing something, then I'll say that you can still multi-action.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't have to roll for that, but that would... Okay. Actually, I'm just going to put 2 hands on my spear and then hold in... basically, I'm going to be engaging him with my spear, and that would give me a +1 to my parry. Yeah, actually, I'll go ahead and make an attack, fighting roll, to try and spear him.
Go for it.
I got a 5.
5 is not quite good enough. Missed it by 1. I'll freely tell you that you missed it by 1.
Oh, dang.
What does the spear attack look like?
I fly through the air, like spear held in the one hand, the other hand free and open, and then I land on the ground, and I pop up, put the hand in there, and I just do a straight thrust with the little bit of reach I have, and then pull back real quick as he like dodges out of the way, and I grit my teeth, and that's my turn.
Very cool. Okay, next up is the guy on the ground. He is going to try to make a notice roll to see if he can determine where this attack came from. Sia, could you make me a free stealth roll?
Yeah.
And you can add +1 from your cloak here, because you were in motion.
That's 10.
Blow up a 6. Into a 4, 10.
No!
Which means, well, he is Vel, which I'll say. So I think that means he probably does at least have a little bit of the darkness penalty because you're hanging on the cliff. So he does not see where you're coming from.
Ooh.
But he does see this whirlwind go up to attack his boss. And the very large man, as he turns and is wildly looking around, you can see he's a huge Vel with a green mohawk and matching eyes, and just a very shredded physique. He is going to also try to make his way up to where Set just went. I think he's probably the same distance, so he's going to have to try to run to reach you. And he gets a 2, so he does not quite reach you. You see him lumber forward on, these tree trunk legs, just stomping past the campfire, waving his sledgehammer with one arm, just going, "Ugh!" And he has to manually start climbing up the expanse of rocks. And he's only about 5 feet away from you, but that is his turn. And then it is the person you jumped on right in front of you. As you lashed out with your spear, I think they are able to just sort of lean back just a little bit, and you see their eyes tracking the blade of the spear as it shoots out from the... Well, it doesn't shoot out of the tornado because it's covering everything now, so they're sort of like in the cloud with you at this point, right?
Yeah. The sand cloud's cast on the spear itself.
Nice. Okay. So you guys are in melee range. They are wielding a pistol, so they can use it in melee, but it goes against your parry as a target.
Yeah.
So they just barely lean out of the way of your attack. You watch their molten orange eyes attempt to track your form. It is a she, you can now tell.
Yeah.
Twirls the gun in one hand and starts to track your form, and is going to try to double tap. And what is your current parry?
It's 6.
6. Okay, so their eyes basically give them infravision, which means they can have the darkness penalties. So they are still shooting at a -2.
-3.
-3. What was the other one? Oh, because you're at a full 6. That's right. -3. Ooh, 2 and a 1. That's bad. I'm going to spend a Benny. Ooh, blow up a 6. Into a 6. Into a 4. That is 16 with penalties. That's still going to hit. And they are double tapping, so let's see here.
Well, this was a good campaign. I really enjoyed it.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
You forget how tough my character is.
Maybe it'll matter. Let's see. Oh god, that's bad damage. That was a 2 and a 1. I'm gonna re-roll that. Ooh, I forgot to roll the extra. 5, a 5, and a 5 is 15.
Yep.
With double tap, they get to add +1 to their damage, and they get +1 from their guns. They're at 17 damage.
Oh god.
It has 1 armor piercing.
So I have armor of 6, because I have my natural armor, and then I have my body armor.
Okay, so your toughness with all of your armor is it? What is it? 11? Is that
It's
right?
11, yeah.
Okay, so this will be against 10 then.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a hit with 1 raise. So you would take 1 wound from this.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that would be 2 because they rolled a 17.
So I'd like to try and soak.
Yes, definitely. Wait, no, I'm sorry. That would be because if they meet your toughness, you're shaken. If they get a raise, it's a wound. So you will take 1 wound if you don't soak it.
I'll take the 1 wound.
You're going to take it?
Yeah, I'll take the 1 wound.
All right. Just as you're moving within this whirling cloud of debris, you can perfectly see their form. Their eyes are flicking back and forth, and you can tell they're still having some trouble tracking you, but somewhere there's a confluence of your body and the pistol as the shot aligns and they pull the trigger, and you feel this bullet smash through the carapace of your scales and dig into your flesh before blasting out the other side.
Oof.
And their melted mouth curls up in a grimace and just says, if it bleeds, it can die. And that will be her turn. And that is the end of the round. Next round. Set.
Round.
5 of spades. Sia, ace of hearts. Big thug goon, 4 of hearts. Pistol wielder, 4 of spades. And queen of diamonds. They will take the queen of diamonds because they have the quick edge. So if they draw under a 5, they can redraw, which means Sia, you are going first. You can see, sorry, bad. So you can see there are a lot of moving people. Everyone is within the cloud of debris up there now. You can see the motion, but you are still at a penalty because you don't have perfect dark vision.
Right.
So your infravision halves it from 6 to 3. Unless I'm forgetting something.
No, that sounds right.
You don't have low light vision, right? Mm-mm. Okay. So you are at a 3 penalty for vision related stuff right now. And you heard this very loud gunshot as well. And you can hear everything they're saying. And the rain is starting to pick up.
All right, what she's gonna do, can she make it over there in one action? Or would she have to run? And then multi-action?
You would definitely need to run. Although you are Yara, so you can do that as your free thing.
I would like to run.
From where you are, because you're a little bit further than them, I'm going to say you need a 4. If you get a 4, you'll be able to reach the big thug guy. Set and this pistol wielder are a little bit further, so you can reach the thug with a 4, you could reach Set with a 5, or you could reach... oh wait, no, Set's still 10 away, so...
I got a 5.
Okay. And then where would you like to put yourself?
As close to the person with the gun, because she knows that was not her friend.
Okay, sure. So you cannot close with her because she's the furthest away.
Okay.
You could reach the big guy, or you could put yourself between the big guy and Set and then be, like, right next to Set, basically.
Between the big guy and Set.
Okay, yeah, so it's him, you get right in front of him, and then
Yep.
Set, and then her. So you guys are, like, in a line right now.
Yes.
And he's climbing up, so you will be able to back up Set right behind him.
Okay, that's great. And then she's going to try and use her sling at the gunshot noise where she heard it emanate from.
Okay.
So that's my...
So this is going to be your athletics to use it. It is at a -3, and because they are closed in melee with Set, if you crit fail on this, it could hit Set.
Since when have I ever crit failed?
You're also right
never
behind him.
happens.
So
Yeah.
it never happens.
That was an 11, and then -3 is 9. Is 8?
8.
Is
Yes.
8? Wow,
which
math.
is 8 is a hit with a raise.
Oh, yes!
So go ahead and roll your sling damage. Was that strength plus a d4?
Let me find
Does that sound
right?
Strength plus a
D4
D4.
plus strength? Yep.
Nice.
My strength is a D8.
And you get a plus your d6 wild die.
I want it to be better than that.
Okay.
So what if I Benny it?
You could.
It
That's up
seems
to
like
you.
a shame because I only got an 8 out of all these dice.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 10.
A 10 damage. Let's see here. Their toughness is...
6. Or no, that was
There is
the
a-
parry.
Their toughness is also 6. They're both
Haha,
6.
double. I guessed it.
You did it. You do not have any armor piercing on that. I take it 'cause it's just a rock. It would say. if it
Very
had-
doubtfully do I
Doubtfully.
have.
Okay, so that will be enough to deal a wound. I'm gonna have them eat the wound. That's fine.
So they're shaken.
Yep. So they're shaken with a wound.
So we see the fluttering outline of Sia as she sprints with her back legs propelling her forward even faster to be behind Set because she is not going to leave him alone, and they're guns, and she's very concerned about everything, and she knows that she wasn't like gung-ho about hurting people, but if they're going to hurt her friend, she's going to hurt them first.
Sure.
And we see her materialize very briefly as she has to open it to use her sling. And she lets the rock fly and hunkers back in on herself and disappears again.
Gotcha. So maybe we see the stone whip through the sand and it smashes into their shoulder blade, and there's a nasty wet crunch, and they let out a cry, just "Ugh," and stagger back a step before flicking their head back up and narrowing those same orange eyes at the indistinct form behind Set. And that is your turn.
Yes.
Okay, next up is the Pistolier. There's 2 of you.
They're
this
shaken.
isn't your village anymore.
I do need to unshake you. Let's see here. They are wounded. They fail. I will spend one of my GM bennies so that they can act this turn. Thank you for the reminder. They hunker down a little bit with their slightly wounded shoulder. I think it was their left shoulder. They're shooting with their right hand, and they reposition themselves as you guys dance around one another. They're going to aim because they can't see Sia. I think they're just still aiming at Set. They do have the marksman edge, which if they don't move and they're only firing a rate of 1, they can ignore 2 points of penalties from called shots, cover, range, scale, or speed, which does not include illumination. I guess that actually doesn't help them here.
Well.
Okay. Well, let's have them try it again. Shooting. That's a 5, but with the penalties, that is not going to hit. So they're double tapping. That gives them a +1. They have trademark weapon, which gives them a +1. And the marksman does not help them because it doesn't work against illumination. So they actually got a 7, but they're still at a -3, now -4 from the wounds. So that is not going to hit. That would be a 3. So the shot goes wide. You hear that same hammer fall and the explosion of the bullet flying outward. Set, you can hear it just whiz right past your ear. And Sia, I think you hear the same whizzing go through the cloud right behind you as well.
Could we... Oh, shit. Could she see the bullet hot from, like, the gun barrel with her infrasight whizzing through the cloud?
Damn, that's a cool visual.
Both of the bullets.
We track in and we see Set's enhanced vision with his static sense as just all the particulates. I'm imagining like in, maybe it's the Matrix Revolution when he's like using the Matrix to see and he can just watch like the individual atoms of things work. Like we just see this perfect scape of the gun being brought up and firing and just dispersing the particles as it flies through.
And then he dodges a million different ways at once.
Okay.
Set doesn't do that. He just happens not to be in the way of these 2 shots.
Damn.
All right. That is the rest of her turn. It is now your turn, Set.
I need a roll to unshake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I rolled a 7, so that's... I'm not shaking anymore. And
That is a success.
act.
You may act.
I would like to cast Havoc in a cone at
Oh, man.
them in front of me and just blast them back. And I'd like to cast it strong, so it's the strength roll is made at a -2 to resist this. But I need to make my casting roll first. So
Let me ask you this. Are you trying to blow them over the edge of the ravine and into the chasm, or just off of the little raised spot that you guys are on
Oh
now.
my god, blow him off the cliff. That's so cool.
That will just depend on how far they would need to go,
So-
really. Like, any success is going to blow them off of the spot you guys are on now.
Those who fall are hurled 2d6 inches directly away from the caster using the cone template, or directly away from the center of the blast template. And this is a cone template, so it would be 2d6, and I would be blasting them out, and over the edge is fine by me at this point.
Okay, I think for them to actually get over the edge, based on how I've described the scene, Sia had to roll a 4 to get up to him, so I think if you get a 10 or more, she's over the edge.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and roll at a -1 because I am wounded, and see where I get. 3 and a 2 on the dice. I'm going to spend a Benny.
Do it.
3 and a 1. I'm going to spend my last
no.
Benny.
Whew. Whew.
I got a 4 and a 4. At a -1 is nothing.
Is that... Oh, no!
Oh no!
Jeez, okay. I really like what you're going for, though.
Oh, actually, I'm going to play my adventure card.
Ooh, yeah, what is it?
Extra effort.
Yeah!
That's
So I have a
perfect.
4 and a 4, and then I'm going to roll a d6, which is a 1. So a 4 and a 4, which is... Okay, so I roll a 5, but at a -1 is a 4.
And that's a success. And you said you were casting it strong, so the strength rolls are made at -2, and they're automatically distracted when they're hit by it. So that's at a further -2. So -4 from that, and they have 1 wound, so they're at a -5 to try to not get blown away. I think they have a D4 strength. Yep. All right. Well, it could blow up a bajillion times. We'll see. Blew up a 4, oh my god, into a 4, into a 1. So 9 minus, what was it, 5 is a 4? I think she makes it.
Okay.
I think that's just enough.
So yeah, I just blast more sand at her, and like this, basically I'm holding my spear, but the sand just emanates out from the thing and just starts blasting into her as it tries to push her back, and she holds strong.
I feel like you see her, you're just shoving this concussive wave of sand into her, and she stumbles back a step or two, but then pulls a small dagger out from a side sheath and stabs it into the ground and is able to anchor herself just enough to not get pushed over the edge, gritting her teeth, narrowing eyes, just... Is that the end of the turn?
Yeah, that's my action, and I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. If I move away, then she'll be shooting against 4 instead of my parry, which I don't want.
True. She'd still have the vision penalties, but that is true.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it.
Although I don't think she'd get I don't think she gets a free attack with a ranged weapon. If she does, though. Could include shooting if the attacker is armed with a pistol. So yeah, if you tried to move, she would get a free attack.
Yeah. So I'm just I'm gonna continue to press the situation.
And then it's the big goon guy. Sia, you have directly jumped into his path.
Yep.
And put yourself between him and his boss and the person threatening his boss.
But can he see me? Woo.
He's definitely at some penalties here. Man, -6 is pretty punishing. Yeah, I mean, I think he's just going to try to smash you with his giant sledgehammer.
Ugh.
So he doesn't really have anything else that he can do. All right, here he goes. Let's see, fighting. He's going to wild attack.
Okay.
So that's really all he's got here. Oh, blew up a 6 into a 5. That's an 11 plus 2 because he's wild attacking is a 13 minus 6 is 7. What is your parry?
6.
Okay, so he hits.
Okay.
He's got a D10 strength because he's a big boy. Here we go. He rolled 2 7s, which is a 14 plus 2 for wild attacking is 16. So you're going to take 16 damage from this hit.
Okay. That seems like a lot, considering my toughness is 7.
Okay, so that's going to be a hit with 2 raises, so you will take 2 wounds here.
Golly, I'd love to soak.
You can certainly give it a shot. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have any armor included in that?
2.
Okay, he has 2 armor piercing from the giant spike. So 16 against your 5. Still, it's not enough. It's still 2. Doesn't change it. It was 1 away from being different.
Vigor. I don't soak either of them.
Okay, so you're going to take 2 wounds here.
Yeah. Can I actually use my adventure card?
You can.
It's called Perfect Timing. Pay it. Oh, no, I can't. I have to pay a penny for it.
Oh, no.
She's gonna die.
No, it'll be fine, probably.
It'll be fine. Just wait till I bring in my next character in next session. She'll have fresh bennies.
Shmia.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is his turn. So, yeah, you interpose yourself between him and Set's back. This whirling tornado of sand and debris still covering the entire field. You just hear him yell in frustration and start to swing his own whirlwind with this huge metal hammer, and it just digs into you. Where does it hit you?
I think it cracks into both of her back legs. And just because they're like the most back of her and she would be facing the other way.
Ooh, that makes sense.
So in just a sweep, just like opening a crab with those clackers, what do you call those? That, when you eat crab,
sure.
Those things.
Yeah.
It sounds like that.
Nice.
It's not good.
Okay. It's the end of the round. Set. 9 of clubs. Sia. Jack of clubs. Big Goon. King of hearts.
No.
Boss. 8 of spades. You guys are both out of bennies right now, aren't you?
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. The Big Goon. He's just made contact. I think...
Do what you must.
I think he's just gonna swing at you again.
It makes sense.
It just he hit once, not expecting to, so I think he's gonna try it again. He is still wild attacking.
Okay.
He got a 1, blew up an 8 into a 1, which is a 9. Plus 2 is 11, but he has a -6, which makes it a 5.
Parry's a 6.
So he does not hit you this time.
Oh my god.
Thankfully.
Ooh.
So yeah, this time, maybe it's the force of the first blow throws you forward enough, so when he swings back in the same spot, he just barely grazes you, but you can feel the force of the pulled wind from the strength of his blow. And this time he does let out a grunt of frustration. And then it is Sia's turn.
This guy is her new priority.
Makes sense.
Turns out. Okay, I would like to touch attack this guy to paralyze him.
Okay, cool. He was also wild attacking, so you get a further +2.
So I'm at a net +2 right now with my wounds.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Fighting. D8 +1 normally, so D8 +3. Thank you. 9.
9 is a success with a raise. His parry would normally be 6, but because he's wielding this giant unwieldy weapon, it is actually lowered by 1 to a 5.
Dang. Cool. So yeah, I'd like to try and paralyze him, and he's got to make, I believe, a vigor roll to fight off the effects.
Okay, any penalties? Just a straight up vigor roll?
I think it's just straight up.
A 7.
Oh
my gosh.
What?
I just realized I'd been rolling him as a wild card. He's not a wild card.
Oh shit.
So let me... Well, he blew up the 8 the last time, so that would have been that. What did he blow up the first time? Alright, well, I'll let it stand for now, because I think he blew up his fighting die, not his wild die.
Okay, so just if the victim fails the roll, he's incapacitated. On his following turns, the paralyzed victim makes a vigor or smarts or spirit. But I think this is vigor because it's physical to revive.
He got a 7, so he succeeds against it, unfortunately.
Well, shit, I didn't say I was multi-actioning, so that was my whole thing. Except I could maybe run away.
You could try, but
further to lure him, I guess.
If you move, he will get a free attack because you're leaving melee.
Oh god, that's bad.
Mm-hmm. It could be.
Yeah, well, Sia turns around, and with the force of her circular turn, it just whacks the tip of her scorpion tail into him, and she feels the poison activate, and he does not go down, and her eyes just get really big.
And you hear him go... All right, Set, you are up next.
Okay.
So this, your combatant is still sort of kneeling on the ground with a knife in the dirt, looking up at you.
I'm going to use my other event. Oh, no, I can't use that card. So, I would like to use my conviction to try and take this person down.
Awesome.
So, I get an extra D6 to all the rolls I'm making this round to add to... Is that how it works?
Correct, yep. When you activate it, you get a D6 to literally everything you do. And if you have bennies, you can pay them to keep it active.
Okay. And I don't have any bennies, but I'm going to keep this going. I'm going to try to get them with the Havoc once more. So I'm going to spend another 3 power points to use this cone attack against them again with an extra D6 on the roll.
If you wanted to, you can also use it as a blast template, but exclude Sia from being affected, and it would hit both of them.
Cool.
Then yeah, I'll go ahead. I didn't know if I could exclude. Yeah, I forgot about that modifier. So to exclude, that's an extra 1 power point. So I'm casting this strong. So that's 1 point. So it's 4 power points of mine to try and do this.
Cool.
One of the dice blows up. A 10 to activate this power.
That's a success of the raise. So a raise makes it... I think that makes it even harder for them.
And I did it strong, so it's at a -4 now.
And that's not including the distracted, so that makes it a -6. So the Pistolier with her D4 strength. Let's see if she can pull out another miracle. It's a 3 and a 1. That's a fail. And then he has a D8 strength. He got a 7, but at a -6, that is not going to be enough. So they are both going to fail. Would you like to roll me 2d6?
With my conviction, could that be 3d6?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Woohoo,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. I think that's cool. Representative of everything happening. So the guy is not going to be thrown off just based on the angle that he's coming at you from, but he can definitely be thrown back far.
Okay, so that comes out to 7 total. So not over the edge of the cliff.
But they definitely both get blasted back, and I think it's safe to say that she's going to strike a hard object in the trajectory that she's going. There's plenty of rocks right here that you could easily aim them at.
Are there any, like, spare spears that they were sharpening and then ran away and left in an upward direction?
Yeah, you know, go ahead, spend a Benny, and there can be a rack of spears just aimed directly at where she's
don't have
going.
a Benny.
Oh, it's a shame. Sorry.
You said with jolly glee in your eyes.
All right, but you can roll your 2d4 plus 1d6 damage.
Did that guy ever take that lingering damage from that fire?
He didn't.
Ooh. Well, let me roll that now. That's 1 and 1. So that's literally
But it's
rolled
a-
snake eyes on
Damn.
2d4.
That's a bummer.
Sorry.
It seems on brand, though.
Okay.
See, he's got hot legs as he scampers up, but maybe the sand cloud is what puts it out as he enters. So she gets blasted back, he gets blasted back. Go ahead and roll your 2d4 plus 1d6 from your conviction damage.
That's 6.
For both of them?
6 for one. I guess her.
Yeah.
And then for him, oh, that conviction blows up.
Nice.
So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 for him.
10 for him. Okay,
It's
so
a good
he
split
is...
between what I would imagine their armor classes to be, or toughness to be.
All right, so he is shaken, and her toughness is a 6 with 2 armor. But you said you got a 6, so they're both shaken now.
Okay.
Yeah, so what does this look like?
As he's bleeding and he's holding his spear, and he did that directional like push earlier, and then clenches his eyes and grits his teeth, and just it kind of goes that kaboom, where a ripple through the sand blasts out every direction, and when it hits Sia, it just kind of like rolls around her and then bashes into that guy and bashes into the gal with the pistol as they fly off the edge and smash into the ground, landing sprawled out.
Awesome. And I also just remembered he was vulnerable because he had been wild attacking, so he actually takes a further +2 damage. What did you roll on his?
He had a 10.
Okay, so you rolled a 10, so it'd be 12 total. His toughness with armor was an 8. So that is actually going to be enough to knock him out.
Yeah, it says it's non-lethal.
Yeah, if it's non-lethal, then he is going to be knocked unconscious. So he takes 1 wound and is knocked out entirely. So he goes flying back with a... Whoa! You hear his sledgehammer drop down heavy into the sand. Maybe a crunch of bone as he rolls into the dirt and lies motionless. And she is tossed back and lands with a... Whoa! And is shaken. And I think that's the end of Set's turn, right?
That's the end of my turn, yeah.
Cool. All right, it is the Pistolier's turn. They're going to roll to unshake. They get a 5 minus 1 is 4, so that is enough. Okay, man, what are they going to do? You just took out their goons. They're a little wounded. They know they've wounded you. They're still within short range. They've got a minus 3. I think they're going to take a pot shot at you, and then they're going to try to start running. So you see them shove themselves to their feet, maybe brush off with one hand, hold their gun up, and they're going to go for one last double tap before they try to cheese it. And it's a 5, plus 1 from double tap, plus 1 from trademark weapon. It's a 7 minus 3 still, because they have the illumination, and they're no longer distracted. Wait, no, they're distracted until the end of their next turn from the Havoc. So that would interfere. So yeah, the shot goes wide again, tears through the vortex, and they bare their teeth, just... I'll deal with you later. And then they turn and start running away into the darkness.
I'd like to shoot him with a bolt. If I get a chance.
Let's see here. So that's the end of that round. He's knocked out. Yeah, I think if you'd like to... let's see here. Let's keep going with the initiative.
Yeah.
Set is at a 6 of clubs. Sia is a 6 of diamonds, and they are a 7 of hearts. Let me ask you here. Is it interesting to you guys if we turn this into a chase and you try to chase them down, or would you rather just resolve it with something a little bit more abstract?
I'm okay with abstract, just purely because this lady's so hurt.
She's at 1 wound right now.
Oh, I think she was just...
So she's slightly wounded.
I'm okay with it going into a chase.
Okay, well, let's give it a shot here. So I'll say, based on the distance, there'll be 1 chase card ahead of you for now, and then it's their turn, so I think they're just going to use their turn to try to run away. And they get 1 success. So there are 2 chase cards ahead of you guys right now. And then Set, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'd like to use athletics, right, to maneuver?
Yep. You can athletics to change position for free.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and run forward and then start shooting. Well, my range is 16 inches on my bolt for, on a game mat. So would I be in range to just start shooting?
Yeah, you're still within range to do that. That's fine.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and make the essence roll to shoot and then try and run to catch up.
Nice.
So I get a 6. Minus 1 is a 5. So that's a success.
Yes, sir.
And that's 2d6.
Sounds right. Their toughness is 6.
I rolled an 8.
An 8, so they are now shaken.
Mm-hmm.
So what does your bolt look like?
It basically turns into a giant sandball and just rams into him, kind of like the earth that would be moved around by an earthbender in Avatar, but...
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it smash into their shoulder blades and they stumble forward, but they remain in motion, sort of more hunched over and wheezing, but they continue trying to dart in and out of cover using the environment to break line of sight, but there's nothing terribly tall where they're going. I imagine the biggest outcropping is where you guys are right now, and they're probably running along the edge, but there's maybe some bushes here and there, but nothing that's really going to help them evade you.
Okay. Then, I'd like to make my free athletics roll to try and pursue him.
Go for it.
So, 12 plus 5 minus 1. So, a 16 to try and move forward.
Oh, dang. Then, you're on the same card as them. You immediately are able to just close the distance with them as they stumble through in the darkness. And then it is Sia's turn.
I would like to do my free maneuver just to move ahead.
Go for it.
Regular old athletics minus 2. Yeah, because my wounds.
Yep.
Well, hot dog. 16.
Oh my god. Okay, now you are now also on the same card as them.
I'm gonna punch her!
Go for it. You're gonna punch her, or you're gonna try to
I'm
get her
gonna
with your
wild
tail?
attack her.
Okay. And are you trying to do this non-lethally, or are you using your scorpion tail and applying your paralysis and stuff too?
I don't think she has a presence of mind. She just is in a fight or flight mode. She chose both.
I'm gonna fight while fleeing.
So she's gonna fight. She's gonna wild attack.
Go for it. Gives you a +2. That negates your wound penalty. So it's a flat fighting. Her parry is currently 5.
Okay, so I always get a +1 in my fighting. For some reason, I don't remember currently.
Your martial artist edge.
That's probably the one. Ooh, with my stabby gauntlets too. My dealies and my gloves.
If that's what you're using. Yeah. So if you're using your gloves, you can get whatever bonus they give you, but it would not activate your paralysis power.
If I get a hit with a raise with my fists, I get +1d4. Is what I have
damage.
Written here.
Cool.
Well, I got a 5.
That meets their parry. Yes. So your strength plus your unarmed damage. +2 because you're wild attacking.
Okay. So that's just my strength plus a d6. Alright, let's do it. Oof, bad.
What'd you get?
That's a 5.
Oh, their toughness is a 6. Do you have any armor piercing in that?
Probably not. It's just my fists. Unless you would like to say that my fists now pierce armor.
If we didn't write it down, I'm gonna let that ride.
So.
Oh geez, okay. So that is not quite enough.
Bummer. Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah, I guess she catches up so fast. She's running on her regular legs right now. She's just in a blood rage, just running forward, and she makes contact with the back of this lady's skull, but not in any way that's helpful. Maybe it just jostles her forward a little bit. And she's look, the chips of the Trailblazer Talon take off some of her hair. The true damage is psychological.
All right. Set, you have a Queen of Clubs. Sia has a Queen of Spades, and they have a Joker.
No.
Oh no.
That could have been for us.
I get 1 Benny back. All right. They tried to run, and you guys immediately caught up with them. So, I think this is their last stand. They're gonna turn and face you guys here. I will freely tell you that I did give them the dead shot edge.
What's that?
It doubles the damage of their first shot if they get a Joker on that turn if it lands. Yeah, you just hit her from behind, so I think you're probably the first person she sees, Sia, but I think she's gonna take a shot at each of you to even it out since there's 2 of you. So for her sheet, I gave her Quick, which is if she draws under a 5, she can redraw to get higher than a 5. I gave Dead Shot. She can double her damage on a Joker for the first shot. She got Double Tap, where she spends... Oh my god, that's actually... Okay, I'll come back to that. She has Double Tap, so she can spend twice the bullets to get +1 to shooting and +1 to damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then she has Trademark Weapon, which gives her +1 to shooting and +1 to parry.
Goodness.
So this is the 4th turn. She used Double Tap 3 times. Her gun has 7 bullets in it, so she's used 6 of her 7 bullets. She only has 1 bullet in this gun.
Damn!
So
it's coming for me.
Yeah, I think it is. Let me check one thing to make sure I know how this works.
At least Set can bury her really easy. It's a tasteful funeral.
It is never my goal to kill players. When your action card is a Joker, double the total damage of your first successful athletics, throwing, or shooting roll this round. Alright, so if she needs to triple, she can shoot once, reloading is an action, and then she could shoot again, which would be a triple multi-action, which would mean everything's at a -2. She has too many penalties. Yeah, I think she's just going to take 1 shot and then reload.
We're also in a cloud of darkness still.
Yeah, so she's going to get those penalties. All right, Sia.
Let me have it,
I think that means if she's going to take that penalty anyway, then I think she reloads first so she can double tap because she's an expert pistolier. This would occur to her. So you hit her from behind. Oh, she's also shaken. Let me roll to unshake. She blew up a 6. So yeah, she can unshake. You hit her from behind on the head. She stumbles forward, pivots, swirling the ball of her foot through the dirt as she stops to aim at you guys, pops the clip out of her gun as she's already aiming at you, fishes one out, clicks it back in, pulls the top to chamber the round, and then she's just gonna shoot for you, Sia.
Sia's last thought on this mortal coil is, that's very efficient.
All right. So she is shooting. She is still at a -3 from the vision penalties. She's at a -1 from her wounds. So she's shooting at -4 right now. Her Joker bonus is washed because she multi-action to reload, but she is going to get a +1 from her stuff. So -4, +1 because of trademark weapon, +1 from double tap means she's at a -2 on the shot, and she needs a 4 to... Oh, you're in melee. What's your parry?
6.
Okay, so she needs a 6 to hit you, and she's got a -2. That's the wrong die. Here we go. She got a 6. That is not going to be... Wait, she's at a No. Okay, yeah, that's not
She
gonna
gets
hit.
a +2 to everything she does this round.
But she's multi-actioning, so it doesn't
Okay.
matter. Okay, so I will spend the Benny that she just got to try to reroll this. Because she has to hit an 8. She needs to basically blow up to hit you. She got an 8. Into a 3 is an 11.
No!
Oh,
which
man.
is a hit without a raise.
Bye, Set.
11. Let me do my math here.
Oh, wait, yeah, no, that...
Oh shit, I didn't unshake from being wounded, but my turn didn't amount in anything anyway.
That's okay. You didn't have a benefit. It's okay. We're past it. So she rolled an 11. Her penalties were at a -4. She was rolling a -2, so that is actually a hit with a raise. Oh god. This could be very bad. Sorry.
Always okay.
A 1, a 4, and a 3 is what she rolled.
But don't you kind of want to see if she gets something better?
I do have one Benny. It's my last GM Benny.
How tempting.
Alright, so she got an 8 plus 2 is 10. Which is already a 20 because it's doubled from being a Joker.
Yeah, I mean, that does that kill me outright?
It would put you unconscious, and you would have to make some rolls here.
That sounds right.
I mean, I think that it's the same result, so...
Do it.
It's, yeah. So she rolled an 8 plus 2 from her Joker, doubled because of her not her adventure card, her edge is a 20.
Right.
So that is going to incapacitate you.
That's okay. You know, Sia had a good run. She punched a Sky Ray to death. That was pretty cool.
Well, let's see what happens before we do everything here. We'll figure out what makes the most sense within the confines of the story. It'll be a good story. If incapacitated by damage or injury, they must make an immediate vigor roll. Would you like to make me an immediate vigor roll?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I didn't give you guys enough bennies for this, or the numbers have just gone a way I didn't expect.
Sometimes it just be like that.
We'll see.
I blew up
See.
to a 7, unless that counts my wounds. And then it would be a 4.
Let's see here. You're not bleeding out yet. I think it does include your -3. So what'd you roll?
I rolled a 7.
Okay, so you rolled a 7, -3 is a success.
Okay.
So you roll on the injury table, and the injury goes away when all the wounds are healed. So roll me 2d6.
Now add them, right?
Yep.
4.
Arm. The victim can no longer use their left or right arm rolled randomly if not targeted. You're going to roll me one more d6.
She's right-handed.
Okay, if it's odds, it's left hand. If it's evens, it's right hand.
It's evens.
Okay, so she shoots you in your right arm. So she has what in our world would be a Colt 1911, which is a high-caliber magazine-fed handgun. Pretty powerful. So I think what happens here is she just turns around on the heels of you, popping her. She slams that clip in, takes aim, and pulls the trigger. It tears through your arm, blasts bits of Sia out, and that is going to incapacitate you.
Well, thank goodness it matches the red of the inside of her cloak.
Oof. Yeah. All right, so this loud, cacophonous gunshot echoes out as the rain begins to fall heavier. Set as you are bearing down on her, you see that same side smirk quirk up in a sick smile, and she just says, still got it. And that is her turn. Sia, I'm going to give you conviction for your
I'm a great
A
failure.
great failure.
Thank you.
And
I'll take a. Do you have a bolt I could use for how dumb her actions were?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. That's my bet.
I'm sorry, I misspoke earlier. I said that I mixed up the cards for Sia and Set. Set, you have a Queen of Spades, so it is now your turn. And
Okay.
Sia, you do not need to roll for bleeding out because you got a success, so you are stabilized.
Okay.
So you're not in danger of dying right now, unless she walks over and puts one in your head.
Unless
Shocker.
the game was rigged from the start.
The game was rigged from the start. Damn. You know, when I was picking out those edges, I was like, what's the worst that could happen?
Death.
All right. Sorry, Set. It is your
Savage
turn.
Worlds.
I am going to give you a Benny because you guys have aggressively chased here and that Sia has gone down.
Okay. So I get a Benny right now
Correct.
or after? Okay.
Right now.
So I am basically seeing like Sia just like scream as she gets shot in the arm at almost point blank range and topple, like fall over onto the ground. Set's eyes light up and he takes his hand off of his spear and he pulls out his shotgun. And I'm gonna take the sawed-off shotgun and fire it at her at point blank range and fire both barrels.
Damn. Double barrel blast. That
Yeah.
gives you a +4 to damage, right?
Yep.
Does it affect your to hit?
If an attacker wants to fire both barrels at the same target, roll damage once and add +4.
Okay.
That's it. It doesn't affect the 2 hit.
All right, so it's shooting, but you get a +2 because it's a shotgun. And you're shooting against her parry, which is a 5. Because you're fighting as a D4.
My spear normally has a reach, so there could theoretically, I could have been threatening her while maintaining a 5-foot gap between me and her.
Yeah, I'm willing to believe that. I mean,
So
it's
maybe
mechanically you could have done that. I didn't think to ask. I've been assuming that you were right up next to her and rolling against your parry for shooting. But
yeah, I just caught up and then Sia like jumped her and started punching her. So
yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
So I'm at a -1 for my wounds, but I get a +2 for it being a shotgun. I rolled a 4 on my D4,
That'll hit.
+2, so that's a 7 total to hit.
Okay, so that's a hit, no raise. So you're going to do your 3d6 +4 because you're using both barrels. Man, I will be shocked if she survives this.
1 dice I rolled a 1 on. 1 dice I rolled a 2 on. The other dice I rolled a 6 on.
Nice.
17 damage.
Oh my god. And that's including your +4?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, let me see here. Her toughness is a 6 with 2 armor. Shotgun does not have any armor piercing. 1, 2. So that's going to be 2 more wounds. I have 1 GM Benny. I don't like soaking damage. I think it's more cinematic if I don't soak the damage and I use the Benny to try to do something on her turn if she gets one. So I will take both of those wounds.
So she's wounded 3.
Yeah, so now she has 3 wounds.
Sia takes the shot to her bicep and screams and falls to the ground, holding it, and Set's eyes light up big, and I look up at this pistolier with her mechanical eyes and that cruel laughter as she brags in my face, and I don't even realize I'm doing it. My hand just drops off my spear. I hear a click, and I feel the weight of the shotgun rise up, and I just pull both the triggers as it just blasts into her.
That's awesome, yeah. And that's the round. And I gotta shuffle real quick, because there was a joker.
Okay.
This is probably gonna be the last round.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Stranger things, man. Set. 8 of spades. Her 5 of spades. You get to go first. So you hit her with both barrels of the shotgun blast. It catches her full in the chest and throws her backwards, stumbling several stagger steps until she falls to one knee, her left hand clutching over her chest as you can see the blood begin to well, and she just glares up at you with the same hateful orange eyes, gritting the few teeth that you can see through her unfused mouth. And it is your turn. And I'm saying that the chase is over at this point. She stopped running.
She stood to fight to the death. Yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna use now I'm just gonna start pelting her with bolts of sand. Basically, I drop both the weapons and I just start throwing a bolt at her.
Nice.
Okay, 8 blows up to a 9 minus 1, which is an 8 total, to cast bolt, which is a success with the raise, which gives me 3d6.
Yep.
And yeah, so I'm gonna 3d6, and that's 12 total on the dice.
Okay, yeah, and she's already shaken, and her toughness is a 6, so that is going to be a 4th wound. I think it's cinematic. I like it. So yeah, this is going to finish her off.
Yeah, I just take it and I just smash it into her face, like just this huge clot of sand, and I just smash it into her head super hard, and she just, like, you hear the snap of her neck as it hits into her, and she just crumples to the ground.
When you're hitting her with the sand, it looks like she's about to open her mouth to say something else, and then you hit her full in the head. The snap throws her head back, her body goes limp as it falls backwards into a crumpled heap with, I think maybe her left leg is a little bit askew, pinned under the body, and then the molten orange lights begin to flicker and then dim and fade entirely. Silence except for the rumbling thunder in the distance and the falling rain.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for listening to this episode of Silica Valley with us. Set, as you know, is played by Chase Absher, and we just love him to bits. Our music is by Crockett, Waveshaper, and Marcus D. Crockett you can find at crockett.bandcamp.com and at Crockett80s on most socials. Waveshaper at waveshaper.bandcamp.com and at waveshaper_SWE on most socials. Marcus D is at Marcus D on Twitter and at marcusd.bandcamp.com. And I have a couple patrons to thank. Thank you so much to Chase, Valentine, Shakes, Nakota, Jackie, Jade, and Paxton. And also a big thank you to Caleb Sunstead, Zach, Ben Hatton, Gerald, Andrea, Davriel, Ellis, Zane, Nathan, Ramalak, Lexington 296, Calder, T-Pay, and Ayana. Thank you all so much. Every bit of support and feedback you give us makes it so much easier to get every new episode right to you. Thank you, especially as we are in this time of realignment. It means the world. If you would like to number among these patrons and many others, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/RPG for you and me. Find us at RPG for you and me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And I'd like to introduce our new social media manager, Mads. Follow them on Blue Sky at the link in the description. Also in the links, our show Discord. It's free to join, so come on, hang out. See you next time.